Good morning, everyone. This is Commissioner Ferrero, Manuel T. Ferrero III from International Slow Pitch Softball. Sometimes you have to admit when you're wrong and ask for forgiveness or apologize for some things that we have done. A couple of weeks ago, we were contacted by some of our friends, our partners, some players, in general friends from Europe who were concerned. They were concerned about some new policies coming out, some new regulations that were coming out. Some information was disclosed to us. And it really got us concerned. Number one, for the players. That is our number one priority, is the players. We will always defend the players first and foremost, obviously the teams. But the players, for us, they're untouchable. So when we got this information, as you know, we are very passionate, and we immediately went to social media and were outraged by what we were reading. And basically, it's this letter. It's not a letter. It's a statement that they forwarded to us from the British Softball Federation. Apparently, they had a meeting and they are issuing some measures and some policies to their teams, to their players, to their club teams. So I'm going to read to you the letter or the report, and you tell me what you guys think. It says WBSC tournament sanctioning. The WBSC recently sent a letter to all national federations announcing that national and club teams at all levels and in all formats participating in unofficial tournaments in other countries could only do so if the tournament in question had been sanctioned in advance by the WBSC. Similarly, any unofficial tournament that federations want to host in their own country will require WBSC sanction. Penalties for violating these rules could include fines and player bans. The BSC wrote to the WBSC asking for clarification on this, and the answer that came back was that these rules are absolute and all-encompassing and need to be followed. This means that it will be the responsibility of any of our national or club teams playing abroad to ascertain whether their chosen tournament has received WBSC sanction, and we will need to apply for sanction for international tournaments when we want to host, such as the Softball World Series or the London Cup. While there may be little issue with the WBSC sanctioning the many unofficial tournaments that take place in Europe each year, though the procedure to receive sanctioning is cumbersome, there could be serious issues where our teams plan to play in tournaments in North America or elsewhere in the world. The USA, for example, has a number of national softball organizations that host tournaments, but only tournaments organized by the ASA, the governing body recognized by the WBSC, are likely to be sanctioned. This is a potential minefield. The BSF will post advice on this matter shortly for national teams and club teams that hope to compete overseas in future. Okay, so when we got this, obviously, when we read club teams and players getting banned and suspensions and all this, we immediately got concerned. So we went to the media, obviously. With our previous history with the WBSC and ASA, we weren't confident that we were even going to get a response from them, so we went to social media. Apparently, they got back through some mutual friends of ours, and they explained what their position is. WBSC has no authorization over club teams, apparently. They only have jurisdiction over national federations and national teams. So, number one, I want to apologize to President Fraccari. President Fraccari, I apologize. I misunderstood, or I was given some misinformation, and I take back all that I said about the WBSC. I truly do want to work with the WBSC, and I apologize personally for anything that I might have said to upset you, your staff, or the WBSC. That being said, I think there's an issue or some sort of miscommunication between your national federations, in particular the British Softball Federation, because apparently they are not answering to us, they're not answering to their teams, they're not answering to their players about this. It seems to me that this rule was added by the British Softball Federation in order to control their players or to control their club teams. I don't know what their agenda is. It did not come from the WBSC, and the BSF, the British Softball Federation, claims that they sent a letter for clarification and that they came back, the WBSC came back, that this was all encompassing and the rules must be followed. But then when we go to WBSC, they say that that's not true, that they have no jurisdiction over the club teams. So someone's lying, and we don't know who it is. But we will continue to find out. We will continue to fight for our friends over there in Europe, all of the players around the world. But I just wanted to personally apologize to President Fraccari and his staff over there at the WBSC. And we're still waiting to hear back from the BSF, and we're still waiting to hear back from Craig Kress at USA ASA Softball, because they are also the national federation. So again, I apologize, President Fraccari of WBSC. My sincere apologies. I was given some misinformation, and I am a very passionate person, and I am always going to fight for the players first and foremost. So again, we will continue to find out what's going on, and stay tuned.